many students enter a math class, they feel as though they've entered a twilight zone. There tends to be much anxiety, and for many of my students at the community college and career college, their math class can be the one course between them and their degree. In some cases, it may be the reason they do not earn their degree. Now take those same students with huge math anxiety and put them into an online course in which success depends on self-motivation and self-regulation. These students are my students. I'm very interested in helping these struggling online math students develop an understanding about math and to develop a confident approach towards problem solving. In my courses, I do all that I can to incorporate a variety of methods in which content is delivered to them, many times allowing them to choose what works best for them. Still, they seem overwhelmed. I offer as much support as I can via public and private discussion boards. I prepare tutorials in areas that I know are going to be troublesome. I'm very available and answer every question asked. Still, they seem overwhelmed. So I began reading about cognitive load theory. Cognitive load theory assumes very limited working memory. The information processing system in the brain can handle only so much at one time. If too much stimuli is thrown at the learner, then much of it will be missed. This theory takes into account these processing limitations in the design of instruction. I began to think, perhaps this is an online student's brain. This is the same brain on cognitive load. I'm convinced that online math courses need to incorporate more instruction that reduces cognitive load and strategies that enhance learning for novice math students while also increasing their self-regulation skills. Instead of simply providing traditional examples, worked examples should be provided. Students that provide self-explanations tend to perform better, but not all students do this. Research indicates that the use of self-explanation prompts along with worked examples fosters learning and has positive effects on both near and far transfer. Faded examples first provide a complete example, then an example is given with a step missing. This continues until the learner can do all the steps on their own. Lastly, formative assessment is assessment that is provided in a qualitative way and encourages the learner to continue building on past work. It's not a grade on the work performed, but instead provides feedback that all move the learner towards accomplishing an end goal. But it gets very overwhelming for an instructor to provide worked out examples associated with various levels that the students are at. Also, students work through the prompts and faded out steps at different rates depending on individual learning. In the fast pace of online courses, it is very difficult for instructors to provide enough formative feedback before final assessments are given. So where does technology fit into this picture? Are there ways that it can help? Care must be taken before incorporating new technologies. I'm interested in researching how technology can be used in the online environment, not only as a tool to deliver content, but also as a tool that incorporates strategies to support these math students. How can technology help them so they do not feel so overwhelmed? As part of my interest, I'm concerned with understanding when technology hinders learning by doing too much for the student versus when it can be used to enhance learning by providing learning strategies. In my courses, I have incorporated software that's pretty good at providing examples. In some ways, though, it seems like the software is showing the student too much without providing prompts for the learner to think through the steps. Or even worse, it just solves the problem for them. Their success on individual homework doesn't seem to transfer to quizzes and tests. So, can worked examples, self-explanation prompts, faded examples, and formative assessment be designed into the course in a manageable way? Yes, I believe it can. With technology that is designed to walk individuals through steps at their own pace, software that prompts the learner and provides the feedback while the student is going through their homework, software that reports back to instructors where students are struggling so that the instructor can focus general instruction time in those areas and also provide personal assistance where needs are for individual students. My research will be looking at how technologies can be designed not only as a tool to deliver content, but also as a tool that teaches students learning strategies and problem-solving strategies as well. The Twilight Zone was a fun place to be 60 years ago, but for our 21st century learners, we need to go
to infinity and beyond.